Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. My name is Sophie, for those of you who may be new here, and if you are new, thank you so much for your subscription. It means a whole lot to me. If you are returning, welcome back. It is good to see you. I hope everyone's having a good Sunday. Yeah, I am your friendly tarot reader for today. I am using the gorgeous Wise Spell Tarot deck. Beautiful gold, black and gold and bows deck, and it's one of my few traditional, like just straight across the board RWS decks. All my decks are RWS. I only read RWS, but the art runs the gamut. Now, this is the traditional artwork in black and gold, and it's very, very beautiful. My menu of donation reading options can be found pinned at the bottom of the chat there. Starting with my basic mini reading, that is just one question, and it consists of 5 cards, and is a donation amount of $7.77. If you donate using Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo, if you need to use SuperChat, it is available, and it's $9.99. And then I offer my full reading, which consists of 10 cards, and that can be just one full question, or it can be split into 2 individual 5-card readings. That is a donation amount of $14.14 if you donate with Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo. If you need to use SuperChat, it's $20.20. And then finally, I offer my expanded or in-depth reading. I highly recommend that. That is the highest number of cards I will read in any one question. So without further explanation, that can just be one question, or it can be split into 2. One 10-card reading and one 5-card reading, or split into 3 individual 5-card readings. And that is a donation amount of $21.21 if you donate with Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo. If you need to use SuperChat, it is available for $29.29. I answer all sorts of questions, lots of spiritual related questions, questions related to finances, career. I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions. I answer a lot of love and romance questions. That is probably the predominant amount of the questions that I get are of a romantic ilk, shall we say. But quite frankly, if you're just curious as to how someone is currently regarding you, I highly recommend my OG love reading. It's at no additional donation amount, and it answers essentially 5 questions in one. Tells you what your person's current thoughts are towards you, their current feelings towards you, their current intentions towards you, their general energies towards the connection between you and them, and your general energies. And that can be done using a mini reading, a full reading, or an in-depth reading. And again, it's at no additional donation amount, and it doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. Yeah, if you're just curious as to how someone is regarding you at this time, I've done the OG love spread for people's friends, family members, bosses, you name it, attorneys. Like, yeah, if you have any kind of interpersonal relationship with someone, whether it be romantic, working, or nay, and you're curious as to how they're regarding you, that is definitely the reading for you. For those of you who are currently in a connection with someone, I highly recommend my soulmate confirmation reading. That is a 10-card reading, and it's pretty self-explanatory, although it can be asked in one of 2 different ways. The first way we can ask is we just ask for angels, messengers, and spirit guides if the person who you're in a connection with at this time is a soulmate of yours, and if the answer is yes, they'll explain why and in what context. If the answer is no, they'll explain why not. The second way we can ask it is we can ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides if they give their divinely ordained blessing towards this connection. That would also confirm soulmate status. They will also explain what kind of a soulmate they are to you and in what context. Or if they don't give their divinely ordained blessing, they will explain why not. And that, so it gets very to the bottom. It's very straight and to the point. Gets to the bottom of things. If you've been in a connection with someone for, say, like a few months now or so, especially, and you're really wondering about the long-term potential of the connection, then I highly recommend the soulmate confirmation reading. And that is a 10-card reading. It's a donation amount of $16.16 if you donate using Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo. If you need to use SuperChat, it is $23.23. And then I also offer past life regression readings. Those are endlessly fascinating. I've been studying past life regression therapy since I was very, very young. And I mean, depending on how old of a soul we are, most of us have quite a few past lives under our belt. And each one of those past lives varies greatly from the other. And each one we can learn different things about our soul and ourselves in general. And yeah, there's really no limitation to the intent behind the past life that we can ask Spirit to illustrate for you. We can ask them to just illustrate the past life of yours that they feel you need to hear the most at this time. We can ask them to illustrate the past life of yours that can explain an irrational fear that you've had, or a recurring dream or nightmare. There's really no limitation, and if you think of something that you find could be explained through your past lives, or feel called to that, I am always open to your suggestions as well. And that is a 10-card reading. It is a donation amount of $19.19 if you donate using Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo. If you need to use SuperChat, it is $27.27. I also am a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who are no longer with us on this earthly plane. If that is something you would be interested in doing, I would be honored to communicate with your loved ones for you. I do ask that I check in beforehand before you send your donation and we proceed. 95% of the time I can get in touch with those on the other side, but there is a small percentage that I can't. I just want to, if that's the case, I don't want to have to tell you that news after you've made your donation. So I do ask, and I don't charge to check beforehand, but I do ask that before we proceed with their mediumship reading, that we check in to make sure that I can indeed communicate with them. And for that, I will need their name, their date of birth, their date of passing, and their relation to you. It's super helpful if you can provide me with a photograph, either via email or through Instagram. But it is not mandatory, but it is super helpful. And yeah, if they are available to communicate with, I would be honored to communicate with them for you. And mediumship readings, as I mentioned, are, my mediumships are 15 cards, and they are a donation amount of $35.35 if you donate using Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo. If you need to use SuperChat, it is $50.50. I also offer private readings. I offer two different types of private readings. The first one that I offer is by appointment only. Either reach out to me over Instagram or via email to schedule that, and that is over Zoom. It's what you're seeing here. You see the cards, you see me, you hear me. It's one-on-one. I don't record it. It's totally private and confidential. You can record it if you want to for your reference, but I don't. And there's no limit to the number of questions that I can answer for you. You can give me all the context and backstory that you need. It's one-on-one. And it's so it provides you with that privacy that a live stream just can't, and also that level of convenience. It's on your terms, your time, and it helps you understand me better as a reader and helps me understand you better as my client. And I really recommend it for those of you who are dealing with something that's particularly multifaceted, has multiple layers to it, particularly like a particularly complex challenge that you're dealing with that has multiple complexities to it. I highly recommend that because we can go through multiple questions with that and dig deep. And then alternatively, I also offer private readings at no additional donation amount, pretty much whenever. If you have a question and you don't see me online, I am out there in the world with a deck of cards, and you can send me your donation with your question, and I can answer it for you. The longest turnaround would be 24 hours, but I can usually answer in about 1 to 3 hours. And you just send me your donation with your question through Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo. Make sure you add your question, include your question with that, because I've gotten a lot of private readings with a donation and no question. Can't help you there if I don't have a question. So make sure to include your question with your donation, and I can answer it for you either over voice memos, over DMs, over on Instagram, or typed by email, whichever you prefer. And with that, the donation queue is indeed open, so whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you so very much. Well, hello, Brian. Thank you so much for your donation, my friend. How are you doing? All right, so how is Casey feeling about me right now? For some reason, he popped up in my dream last night. Okay. Did you want me to do the thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread for Casey? Or do you just want me to ask what he's feeling about you right now? Well, no, I could ask just what his feelings are, or I could ask what his thoughts, feelings, and his intentions are, and that'll tell you also what his current, his general energies towards your friendship is as well. It just gets, you don't have to go that route, but it just gets deeper, basically. It'll tell you more than what he's just feeling. It'll also tell you if he's intending on reaching out to you, what his thoughts are towards you. Did you want to do that? I don't mind. We can ask either way. Okay, and what is Casey's sign again? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Casey's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Brian? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Casey's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Brian? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Casey's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Brian? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Casey's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Brian? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Casey's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Brian? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Casey's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Brian? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Casey's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Brian? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Casey's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Brian? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Casey's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Brian? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Casey's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Brian? Gemini, okay. All right, we have the Tower, Four of Wands reversed, Six of Cups, Page of Swords, and King of Wands. Okay. All right. So this looks quite promising, Brian. Starting with your general energies, we have the Tower here. This I feel is indicative to, well, you guys aren't currently speaking right now, are you? The Tower to me is representative of your desire to, for the friendship to get back to where it was, and for basically a moment of abruption, something to shake him into realizing that the two of you would work really, really well together and have a good friendship and a good working relationship. And he has been thinking about you. You have been on his mind. You're not, yeah, okay. You've definitely been on his mind. He has absolutely been thinking about you for sure. And I will say that, yes, a Tower moment I feel is necessary to shake him up. I think I've told you in the past that he does intend on speaking to you. He does not, he's not writing off this friendship, but it's also not at the very top of his to-do list. It's something that he keeps on meaning to do, In my dream, he cut off all his long hair and he went short-haired. Interesting, interesting. Um, yeah, indicative of a change, of something, of to me that would be indicative of rebirth. Hair is dead, and cutting that dead hair, getting rid of that, the past, is very symbolic. People often get, you know, transformative haircuts when they go through a breakup or something, a major life change. I know I do, and I think a big part of it is, yeah, it's like getting rid of the old to welcome the new, a clean slate, which he does want with you. But again, he needs something to shake him up to reach out to you, or you may have to be the one to reach out to him if you haven't already. But his general energies, we have the King of Wands. He most definitely has, you are definitely on his mind, and you're on his mind in a positive way. This is something that he feels is necessary. He had long hair in that video on my Instagram when we covered Shimmer by Fuel. Gotcha. Um, yeah, he definitely wants to move forward with you, with this King of Wands, and I'll get to it in a moment. But I do see him intending on reaching out to you. His thoughts towards you right now, we have the Four of Wands reversed. This is telling me that he thinks and he realizes that there where there was once harmony, literal and figurative, between the two of you. You guys were making music together and you guys were in contact as friends. It was a happy home. It was harmonious, and there's no harmony anymore. You guys aren't making music. You guys aren't speaking with one another. And that's something that I see that he thinks that it should change. His feelings, we have the Six of Cups here. He still feels very fondly towards you as a friend. Six of Cups is very much a card of friendship. I don't know how long you guys have known one another, but the Six of Cups is also about looking back on something fondly, looking back at a friendship or a connection with someone with fondness, and recognizing the gifts that the two of you brought to one another. And this, again, I see Page of Swords, Six of Cups. You are definitely on his mind. You have been on his mind a lot lately. And yeah, he's been thinking a lot about how he would like to restore that friendship with you, that harmony, start making music again. And I see with his intentions here, we have this Page of Swords. This is moving forward. This is a card of communication, of exploration. He's most definitely, yeah, you are for sure on his mind, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was looking at your social media, seeing where you're at in your life right now. And again, with this King of Wands and with this Page of Swords, I see him intending on reaching out to you. And Page of Swords also a card of communication. Swords is a realm of communication of the mind. And sorry, I just had a thought and it just disappeared. Yeah, this Page of Swords and the King of Wands, he definitely intends, he feels that it's time to take that leap forward and reach out to you. So this looks good. This looks good, Brian. I see someone who, yeah, you're absolutely on his mind, and in a positive way. He's thinking about all the good times you guys spent together, the good music you guys made, and is missing you as a friend, missing you in his life. With this Four of Wands reversed. So I absolutely see someone who wants to move forward with you, clean slate, and to restore the harmony that was once there between the two of you. So this looks good. This looks good, Brian. I really think that I wouldn't be surprised if he reaches out to you within the next month. We could ask if you wanted to when he intends on reaching out to you. But I would say, like, I mean, it would probably be within the next month or so. And with that, I would also say that if he does not reach out to you within the next month, I don't know when the last time you reached out to him was, but I think that he would be completely receptive to you reaching out to him, would be communicative and definitely appreciative and wanting to move forward. You're very welcome, Brian. You are so welcome. Thank you very, very much, and best of luck with that. And you want to ask? Yeah, absolutely. So the way I'll ask is we'll give it a time frame. Like, does Casey intend on reaching out to Brian within the next month? Whatever time frame you want to explore, my friend. You haven't talked since January. Oh wow. I thought you had reached out to him recently, somewhat recently, but I was mistaken. Um, okay, so yeah, that's quite a while. And I don't know how long you guys have been friends for, how often you guys would talk when you guys were in regular communication. Hello, Miss Wendy. Happy Sunday to you, love. Let's ask by October or November. You got it, my friend. You got it. Just send in your donation and we can ask for sure. Thank you. Oh, that was Mike. Gotcha. Okay. I think it would be advantageous for you to reach out to Casey. But I understand feeling as though he should reach out to you first. You got it. You got it, Brian. No problem. Thank you so much for your donation, my friend, and I hope I brought you some clarity there. Yeah, I think that sometimes dreams are just dreams, right? We're just processing our subconscious thoughts in our dream, in our sleep. But sometimes they do have deeper meaning, and this is one of those cases where I think that this does have a deeper meaning to it, a deeper symbolic meaning, for sure. You're so welcome. You are so welcome. All right, so the donation queue is once again open. If you have a question, send in your donation and you will be read for next. Thank you. Oh, you did? Let me see. How come I didn't? Sorry, 1 second. What? How come I didn't get a notification? Thank you so much, Wendy, for your donation, love. Let me go ahead and add you here. Hope you're doing well today, love. Is it really? Oh, I am low-key jealous, girl. It is so cold here. It's freezing. Okay, what spirit or what lesson does spirit want you to learn during this eclipse season? Let us see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lesson does Wendy need to learn during this eclipse season? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lesson do you want Wendy to learn during this eclipse season? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lesson do you want Wendy to learn during this eclipse season? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lesson do you want Wendy to learn during this eclipse season? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lesson do you want Wendy to learn during this eclipse season? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lesson do you want Wendy to learn during this eclipse season? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lesson do you want Wendy to learn during this eclipse season? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lesson do you want Wendy to learn during this eclipse season? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lesson do you want Wendy to learn during this eclipse season? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what lesson do you want Wendy to learn during this eclipse season? We're all complaining with the heat wave and humidity here. I know, we always want what we can't have, right? So true. All right, we have 3 of Pentacles reversed, 10 of Pentacles reversed, the Fool reversed, 4 of Pentacles reversed, and the Sun reversed. Okay, this is really weird, Wendy, but I had this feeling. Now, this particular deck of cards, I can't tell on the back if it's reversed or not, but I felt like there were going to be a lot of reversals before I turned the cards. And not and I don't mean that in a negative way. These are not negative reversals. It's actually explaining what it's illustrating, kind of what I figured, or what I felt was going to be demonstrated here, illustrated here. Now, I need you to help me out here. How long is the eclipse season going to last? I should know this, but I don't. But how long does it last? Because the first message that I'm getting here is it's not that there's no lesson for you to learn until next weekend. Okay, what I'm really sensing here, I think it's like 3 weeks. Okay, what I'm sensing here is letting go, is an energy of letting go, and not so much a lesson being learned as so much moving forward and letting go of things. Starting with this Four of Pentacles reversed. We have both the Four of Pentacles reversed and this Three of Pentacles reversed here. I know that you are on medical leave right now, but you're also taking this time to find the next chapter in your work life. And I think a big part of that is I think this is going to sound a little crazy, and you can correct me if you don't think that I'm onto something here, but as much as I know that you want to leave your current job, there are still some ties that bind you there. Largely, I think the the cold comfort of familiarity and the financial stability that it does provide you with. And that's not spirit saying that you need to let go of being of needing a certain type of lifestyle or needing to keep your finances the same. They're not saying that you need to downgrade or let go of anything in that sense, but it's more the letting go of the idea that your current job is possibly the best option for you right now, financially, and spiritually. The problem is I can't stop worrying about what to do if I have to go back, wasting my energy on that. You're worrying about what to do if you have to go back? Yeah, and I think, okay, yeah, and I think that illustrates that binding that spirit's saying that you need to let go of here, because in worrying about, yeah, yeah, as you said, you're wasting your energy in worrying about your current job, when spirit really wants to see your energy spent on finding your new path, finding your new direction, with this Fool reverse card, taking that leap of faith, knowing that unfortunately there's no guarantee that if you leave your job for another one that it will be a better situation until you actually take that job, find that job, and take that leap of faith. It's similar to, like, I'm in a similar situation right now. Like, actually, I don't want to get into it online, but yeah, I'm in a similar situation, not with work, but with something else, where it's like I'm stuck in this mindset of thinking that something that I have right now is the best option for me, when really I'm worrying so much about other things that it's preventing me from moving forward and looking at the other opportunities that are out there, and really focusing on those. And this Ten of Pentacles reverse, I want some clarity here, actually. I think this also speaks to what I was saying earlier about, let's see. Okay, I'm glad I whipped out my book. Yeah, it's the option worrying too much all the other moving pieces. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, totally. It's like a game of chess. Yeah. I know, I know. And yeah, this Ten of Pentacles reversed. This card can signify that the asker has recently gone through a challenging time and may be feeling a lack of security. It's a reminder that at this very moment, you have everything you need to tap into happiness. I'd say that's a lesson. That's a lesson. That's definitely some wisdom there. The Sun reversed card is, to me, indicative of you. It's not that you're not searching for other options, because you are, but they want you to focus more on that, and to easier said than done, I know, to just let go of the worry. But that worry is if you do continue worrying about going back, that's just going to hold you back from the next chapter. It's preventing you from seeing your path forward with clarity. It's preventing the light that needs to be shed on the truth in your journey, exploring the options available to you, and getting out of the darkness and stepping into the light to gain clarity on your journey forward, moving forward. So yeah, I think the main takeaway from this, the main lesson would be, yeah, to focus much more on the path ahead. And yeah, I know. It's so hard to shake off. Someone with generalized anxiety disorder and panic attack disorder, I know it's easier said than done. I know, to just stop worrying. When I was in high school, my first therapist, I remember her telling me, worry does no good. It really doesn't. It's pretty useless. Worrying can be very useless. Anxiety is concern is worrying about the future. Depression is staying, being stuck in the past. I mean, it's not that cut and dry, but if we are to look at it in that way, the anxiety is valid. Spirit's not saying that it's not valid, to be a human and to worry about that, but they're also saying that it's not like that you've got this, like, and they've got your back. Spirit has got your back, to have more faith in the road ahead, and to invest your energies, your mental energies, and your focus directly on the transition to something new, as opposed to, what if I don't find something new? What do I do when I go back? Well, there's no sense in worrying about that. That's something that you'll figure out if the time comes. If that happens to be the case, then you figure it out when the time comes. But worrying about it before it even happens is only, I don't want to say keeping you there, but binding you more to what you're trying to escape from, essentially. There's something else I was going to say. Yeah. So the worry is it's like you'll figure it out when you get there. But in the meantime, now is the time to focus your energies on just the path ahead and the options that are available for you out there, and taking that leap of faith, in a new direction, because pretty much anything is better than what you're dealing with right now at your job. Yes, your job does provide financial stability for you, material stability for you, but it is taking a toll on your your sense of equilibrium, I'd say. And yeah, so it's about letting go of that tie that's still binding you to that place, and really looking at the path ahead, because yeah, you've got this, love. You really do. If you do have to go back to your old job, you'll figure it out when the time comes, if it does. But in the meantime, now is the time to really focus on the present moment and invest all of your energies, your mental energies, on exploring new options and moving forward. It's so weird because I know I'll look back at this one day and see things more clearly. Right? Yeah. Absolutely, love. And that's so interesting that you say that, because yeah, I've been there so many times where I've looked back at situations, especially work situations, and been like, damn, like there was one job that I was really bound to that I kept on wanting to leave, and then I ended up getting fired for being sick too much, and then I took them to court because that is not legit, and I won. Thank you so much, Wendy. But I also remember feeling like so defeated, yet it was really a blessing in disguise that they let me go, because otherwise I wasn't moving forward. I kind of needed that like push, and what was preventing me from moving forward was worry of the new, you know, of something new. Worrying that the situation that I had was the best and only option for me, when I wasn't really taking the time and energy to explore those different options that were available. Would Chicago be a good city for me when it comes to work and lifestyle? Girl, did I ever tell you that I used to live in Chicago? I lived there for about a year. I freaking love Chicago. Yes, I think the worrying is I think the worrying is worse than the situation itself. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm getting from Spirit, is like, there's no need to worry. You'll if that does happen, if it does turn out that you do have to return back to your job, you'll figure it out then. Now's the time to figure out the path forward. Absolutely. Yeah, I used to live in Chicago, and it was great. It was great. It was great for friends. It was great for work. Um, yeah, I loved living there. It's bloody cold, but it's nice in the summertime. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Chicago be a good city for Wendy when it comes to work and lifestyle? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Chicago be a good city for Wendy when it comes to work and lifestyle? It's also, I believe, the second most populated city in the United States, if I'm not mistaken. So lots of people there. Good dating scene, too. Hey, Lorraine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Chicago be a good city for Wendy when it comes to work and lifestyle? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Chicago be a good city for Wendy when it comes to work and lifestyle? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Chicago be a good city for Wendy when it comes to work and lifestyle? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Chicago be a good city for Wendy when it comes to work and lifestyle? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Chicago be a good city for Wendy when it comes to work and lifestyle? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Chicago be a good city for Wendy when it comes to work and lifestyle? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Chicago be a good city for Wendy when it comes to work and lifestyle? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Chicago be a good city for Wendy when it comes to work and lifestyle? Everyone that I know loved Chicago when they visited. Yeah, it's a great city. It's a great city. Great music, great comedy shows, great food. And I'm not even a foodie girl, but the food there. I was a vegan when I was living there, and oh my god, the vegan options were just like delicious, so good. Nine of Swords, Four of Wands, Two of Wands, the High Priestess reversed, and Eight of Pentacles reversed. I'm getting a yes and I'm getting a no. Oh, thank you, Lorraine. Um, in terms of lifestyle, you would love it. You would love it with the Four of Wands here. It's a lively city. It's the people. It's in the Midwest, so the people, but it's a major city at the same time. So there's that Midwestern like kindness that you can't find in California, where people ask you like, "How are you doing?" They actually want you to respond and like have a conversation with you. Whereas it's like, "Oh hey, hi, love you, mean it." Very different energy. Even though it's a major city, people are pretty. Um, they're good people. Good people in Chicago. Um, I see you enjoying it lifestyle wise. And it is absolutely a viable option for you with this Two of Wands. It's definitely like the Two of Wands is a decision, an option. It is absolutely a viable option, and he's got the whole world in his hands here. He's looking out onto like on the horizon, his kingdom. He's looking out into the future, and the world is essentially his oyster. Um, but I am seeing some initial difficulties, which I think makes sense when it comes to moving anywhere new. Um, with this Nine of Swords, I do see some initial, as we were just talking about, initial anxiety if you were to move there. And I think that's just, like the new fish in a big pond kind of analogy there. Finding your footing. I don't think it would take you too long to find your footing, but I think initially it would be stressful initially. Um, I want some clarity with this High Priestess reversed here. One sec. Okay, yeah, the High Priestess reversed is okay. Two things here. You must never be afraid to ask questions of yourself that may illuminate a new path forward for you, one that is more authentic to your inner self and your individual values. Um, and I also see this as an initial feelings of disconnect, of isolation. I think you would eventually find your footing and find a community and find friends, um, and possibly romance. Absolutely, romance. Four of Wands is a big romance card as well. Friendship, um, romance, harmony. I don't think it would take too long for you to find your footing, but it would, you would be initially possibly feeling a little isolated if you don't have friends there already. Um, the only card here that's real that concerned me actually more than the Nine of Swords was this Eight of Pentacles reversed. We asked if it would be good for your work and your lifestyle. And the Eight of Pentacles is work in and of itself. It's paid, steady work. Um, which is not to say that you wouldn't find work. The Eight of Pentacles reversed is actually more often indicative of not liking one's work, kind of where you're at right now, feeling like you're in a dead-end situation, not feeling passionate about one's work, feeling like a cognitive dissonance to your work. But that could, I could see that also being a temporary thing as well, Wendy. Because I mean, presumably if you were to move there, it would be because you find a job and then you move out there to start that job. Which is not to say that you wouldn't find something if that initial first job didn't end up filling your cup, so to speak. That's not to say that there wouldn't be other options available out there for you on the horizon with this Two of Wands. This Two of Wands is extremely promising. The Two of Wands, Four of Wands, these are incredibly promising cards when we're talking about the next direction, moving in taking the next steps in your life's new direction. It is absolutely a very viable option for you, one that you would enjoy. But there would be some initial anxiety and stress that I do think would be quite temporary. I think that's just a case of, you know, I think that's pretty common when anyone moves to a new city, and you don't really know anyone there, just feeling a bit isolated at first. And again, with, you know, there's no promise that a job will be the right one for you unless you actually explore that job and take that leap of faith, take that chance. So, you know, taking risks, taking chances is smart here, because you can always pivot. You can always switch directions and find something else. There will still be lots of options out there for you. Chicago, as I mentioned, I think it's the second highest populated city in the U.S. It's massive. I found lots of work when I was living there. I was primarily doing modeling then. And yeah, it's a hugely populated city. There's lots of opportunities in work and in communities, different types of communities. But it's also a really big city, so I could see it, yeah, being a bit overwhelming at first, but definitely fortuitous in the long run. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, and you're very welcome, Wendy. You are so welcome. I highly encourage you, despite that Nine of Swords, which I have a personal grudge against that card, I still think this is a sincerely viable option to explore. And it's Two of Wands, so it's it's likely one of two very viable options for you in terms of, with that world in your hands, in terms of relocating for a job. Very true. Can always pivot or move again. Absolutely, and you're good at that. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is you know, say there's like two cities you're interested in, maybe like Chicago and New York. Say Chicago doesn't work out, you can always either or you can move back where you are now, or move to another city. You're really good at being flexible, and you definitely have that ability to pivot for sure. Well, thank you so much again, Miss Wendy. Thank you. Highly recommend that you, yeah, definitely explore Chicago more. All right, so the donation queue is once again open. So whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you. All right, everybody. It is that time of night. I am doing a last call for any and all donations tonight. If you have a question that you would like me to ask for you, now would be the time to send in your donation. I will not be on tomorrow night. I will not be on Tuesday night. So I won't be on for the next couple of days. So yeah, if you've got a question, now would be your time to ask. It is last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you so much. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. Last call, last call. Hey, hello, Jen. For sure, absolutely, love. I would love to read for you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your donation, Jen. Let me go ahead and add you here. You did. Thank you, love. Would Bloomington be a good place for me to live, or would it bring up bad memories? I lived there 20 years ago. Absolutely. Let's see. One sec. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, would Bloomington be a good place for Jen to live? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, would Bloomington be a good place for Jen to live? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, would Bloomington be a good place for Jen to live? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, would Bloomington be a good place for Jen to live? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, would Bloomington be a good place for Jen to live? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, would Bloomington be a good place for Jen to live? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, would Bloomington be a good place for Jen to live? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, would Bloomington be a good place for Jen to live? And what's your sign again, love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, would Bloomington be a good place for Jen to live? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, would Bloomington be a good place for Jen to live? Taurus. Okay, love. We have the Devil, Page of Pentacles reversed, Judgment reversed, the Fool reversed, and the Empress. Okay. This is not a solid yes. It's not a solid no either, but I'd say, okay, so the message that I'm getting here is that there are still, there would still be some, there's still some ties that bind there. And when I see the devil, I normally don't get negative energy from it, but I'm getting a negative energy from this, in the sense that it's like you're still emotionally bound to Bloomington because you used to live there. And while it's been 20 years and a lot of those negativities, negative energies, and negative folks are no longer there, there absolutely still would be some triggers remaining. It has been 20 years. You have grown and changed and transformed as an individual with this Empress card. But while you've changed and transformed, I get the sense that Bloomington has not changed and transformed dramatically in the past 20 years. Yeah, this Page of Pentacles reversed, this is telling me that Page of Pentacles reversed and the Fool reversed. This is Spirit saying that it wouldn't be a good direction to move forward. It would not be in your best interests. I would say that this is largely a no. While it wouldn't be like endlessly triggering for you, like day after day, there will be times where there would be times where you would perhaps even just drive past somewhere that would like bring back a memory that you kind of like filed back that in your brain or your subconscious that you don't really want to like think about or something like that, you know. There's still those ties that bind. And also, with the Judgment reverse card, this is telling me that this is not a wise place to sail your ship to next. Too many ghosts, and that's really more the energy that I'm getting, love. It's less like you running into actual individuals from your past. I think a large amount of the people that you knew are likely not there. Some of them I'm sure still are. And it's not that you'd be running into them or anything like that. It's more, the ghosts of your past. Like, I keep on getting this vision of you like driving past a house or driving past a cafe or something, or like an old school, and it just rehashing memories that would be best to not rehash. So the answer is no. That's a pretty solid no for me. Especially with the Fool reverse. The Fool is about taking that leap of faith and embarking on a journey. When it's reversed, it's like, no, don't. That's not that wouldn't be a wise direction to go. So that is what I'm seeing for you, love. I know you were looking at, I believe, Corvallis in Oregon last time we spoke. I don't know if you've looked more into that. One time I moved after receiving the Fool reverse, and it was a horrible relocation. Oh dear. Yeah, because the Fool is really like all about the journey. Yeah, I remember I was traveling somewhere and I had a choice. I was going to visit one of two cities, and the first city that I was going to go to, the first card I got was the Fool reversed. I was like, nope. So when I see the Fool reverse, that's like, don't go don't go down that path. That's not the right path. You're still considering Corvallis. Awesome. Yeah, Corvallis is a cool little city. Good energy, good people. It's beautiful too. The nature and everything in the northeast, or sorry, the northwest. Right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I love it. I love that I can. I try not to read for myself too much, because I know that I can sometimes look at things through my lens as opposed to a third party lens, which is why I also go to other readers. If I had a big question, for sure go to other readers, like asking for a second opinion. Um, yeah, spirit is always guiding us. You're so welcome, love. Thank you, thank you. Um, much love and light to you. Thank you so much. All right, so do another last call for all donations. I'm learning mediumship. It's fascinating. Yes, that's awesome. That is so cool. Yeah, mediumship is truly fascinating. Mediumship. Now that's it. I just realized something. I've never done a mediumship reading for myself. Um, well, likely because I just communicate with those who have passed on, but and I can't do past I can't do past life regression readings for myself. That I can't do. It's like I'm accessing something different. It's interesting. Um, but yeah, mediumship is wonderfully fascinating. Um, yeah, I love it. It's a wonderful gift for sure. All right, so we'll do another last call for any and all donations tonight. If you have a question, go ahead and send your donation or let me know in the chat. Again, I will not be on. I won't be on tomorrow. Neither will I be on Tuesday. So if you've got a question you need answered, now would be the time. Thank you. Last call for all donations tonight. Thank you. If you have a question that you need me to answer, I am here for you. Absolutely, love. I would love to read for you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for your donation, love. All right. Should I stay in Evansville until December and then move, or should I leave sooner? I'm trying to enjoy the place now and get financially grounded, but I'm sick of dealing with house sale and siblings. Yeah, okay. So should you stay in Evansville until December and then move, or should you leave sooner? Okay, how should we ask that? Yeah, we'll ask, yeah. Should you wait till December? Yeah, should you stay in Evansville until December to move? Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Jen wait until December to move from Evansville? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Jen wait until December to move from Evansville? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Jen wait until December to move from Evansville? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Jen wait until December to move from Evansville? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Jen wait until December to move from Evansville? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Jen wait until December to move from Evansville? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Jen wait until December to move from Evansville? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Jen wait until December to move from Evansville? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Jen wait until December to move from Evansville? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Jen wait until December to move from Evansville? Okay. Ace of Pentacles reversed. The Sun. Page of Pentacles reversed. Eight of Cups reversed. And Six of Wands. Yes. Yes. You should wait until December. This Eight of Cups reversed here. Eight of Cups is moving away, moving on. You know tarot. But it's saying yes, you should move. You're not. You should leave Evansville, but wait until December. Yeah, Page of Pentacles reversed, holding off on leaving. Now is not a good time for a new beginning with this Ace of Pentacles reversed. But there is definitely a journey on the horizon for you, and it will be very, very fortuitous. With this beautiful Six of Wands, this is a victory, love. There will be challenges, as you mentioned, in waiting until December. Yes, there are aspects of living there that are enjoyable. You said, as you mentioned, you're trying to just enjoy living there until you leave, but there's the issue of the sale of the house and your siblings. If you wait until December, I think that you're going to get probably the best price for your house. Taking non-credit courses. Oh, awesome. Wonderful. Wonderful. That's great. That's awesome. So you're doing those this semester. So that would stand to reason, yeah. To wait until the semester's over, in December, after December, yeah. And as long as and waiting until after December is going to be beautiful. The Six of Wands, the Sun, is a victory, is a win. Waving the flag of victory, new beginnings, new horizons, clarity, light. And I think that also goes, I'm also getting a message from Spirit that, yeah, there are the challenges of dealing with your siblings and the sale of the house, but those challenges will likely abate. I mean, I'm not saying that your siblings are going to just suddenly stop being difficult, because I'm not seeing that. But knowing that you will be leaving after December will provide you with the light to and the motivation of like seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. Like when there are bad days, when you're dealing with stuff in Evansville, you can remind yourself like, you know, well, there's I have this new journey on the horizon in December. Just wait until then, and things will be a huge win, a huge victory. Um, so yeah, definitely. That was an excellent question. Yes, Spirit is absolutely saying to wait to hold off until December there. Um, and yeah, that also makes sense too if you're taking courses right now. Um, yeah, so you know, enjoy your time there, um, and when things do present themselves difficultly, you'll have the solace of knowing that there's something there's going to be something really wonderful for you on the horizon. It'll only be there till December, you know. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I love reading. I love reading tarot. I've been doing it for years, and that means so much to me. Thank you, love. I love that. I love reading for you. You're so awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, love. Yeah, good things ahead. Good things on the horizon for sure. Thank you so much, love. You were so kind. Oh, I'm blushing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's tarot is a blessing. It really is, and um, I yeah I've also studied it really hard, but it's also a blessing to my to have this connection with spirit and to have this connection with you guys. I was just thinking about it earlier today. It's really literally magical. Thank you so much again, love. Thank you, So kind, so kind. All right, so we're going to do another last call for donations. If you have a question that you would like me to answer for you tonight, I am here for you, but I will not be here tomorrow. I will not be going online tomorrow, nor will I be going online Tuesday night. Hey, great, I love that magical. I hope you have a wonderful. Thank you so much, love. You too. You too. Yeah, I've got to get ready for. I have a photo shoot tomorrow. Got to get sorted for that. Get my glam on. You're very welcome. You are so welcome, and thank you. Thank you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. If you've got a question, tonight would be the night to ask. Of course, I always take private readings. If you would like to schedule a private reading, reach out to me. I do two different types of private readings. I do them one-on-one, scheduled over Zoom, or we schedule them over email, but they're over Zoom. Or if you have a question, you don't see me online for a couple days, you can always send your donation with your question, and I can answer your question at the very latest in 24 hours, but I can usually get to you in about 1 to 3 hours. And I do those, and they're at no additional donation amount, and I read those over voice memos, over DMs, over Instagram, or typed via email. Last call tonight for any and all donations. If you've got a question you would like me to ask for you this evening, I would be honored to read for you. Thank you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Last call for all donations this evening. Thank you. All right, looks like everyone is happy and taken care of. Thank you all so very, very much. Much love and light to all of you, and I will see you all again on Wednesday.